Happy Tuesday. You are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. And wow, we had like an awesome, I have to say, I had an awesome week. The kids were off from school. Well, at least last week my son was off from school. And so I kind of was on vacation last week. My vacation means that I don't get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and take my kid to school and go to the gym and run errands and all that stuff. So I was a little bit of a lazy bum, which I think was apropos for my birthday, right? So thankfully, I got to celebrate my birthday on Thursday. I want to thank each and every one of you that, number one, sent me a message on Facebook, a text message, a voicemail, everything. People that came down to my official birthday party at Gigante on Thursday night with DJ Surge. That was so awesome. It was off the hook. I thank you guys so much. I really am humbled. I actually got gifts from people too, which was totally awesome. And I really appreciate that. So yeah, my birthday was Thursday. Happy birthday to me. And I actually celebrated this year. It's been a long time since I've truly celebrated. And not only did I celebrate, but I didn't cry either. So I'm really proud of myself that I did that. Anyway, tonight's show is going to be an interactive show. I have done a bunch of pop-ups the past couple of weeks, and I want to make sure that, you guys get me alone, because I know a lot of times people tell me that they enjoy these shows when we go back and forth and we interact and we talk. So, you are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We were also live on Facebook, where I'm going to be doing my interactive show. So do me a favor, guys, right now while you're watching, share this video and tag your friends. And this way we can get more people in on the conversation. I will be checking the feed at the moment. I'm yapping, so I'm not reading. But I will be checking the feed and we'll interact, because I'm going to pose some questions and stuff. So I speak a lot on the show about law of attraction. And I realize that a lot of people don't really know what that is. So I wanted to open up the dialogue so that we could discuss what that actually is. I talk about it a lot on the show, and I also talk about it a lot in my life. And I realized that as I was talking to people, they really didn't know what it was. And, that not that that's a bad thing by any means, but I want to share this with you because I think it's huge. And I'd like your input on it as we go. I'm going to be reading some stuff because, I got some stuff from the internet. And then, of course, I'm going to give you my version of all of it, which who knows who wants to hear that, but I'm doing it anyway. But it occurred to me because I was speaking to someone last week, and I was breaking his stones, of course. I see a lot of people, and I really don't miss anything. And I noticed that there was a certain dynamic that was going on, and I called him on it. And it was funny because he said, "Wow, I never thought about it like that." So the conversation was, I guess you like hanging out with people that drink a lot, and he was like, "I don't know but I don't know why people want to, hang out with me that drink a lot, because I'm not really that person." So I said, "So what are you putting out into the universe that's attracting these people to you?" And he kind of was like, "Huh?" So that was one occurrence. Sorry, my necklace was all crooked. And then the other occurrence, I was actually out on Saturday night. I went to dinner for my birthday, and it was a very nice surprise. And I was talking and I said, well, what you put out is what comes back. And he looked at me, he goes, oh, I really like that. And I said, well, this is what the law of attraction is. So a lot of people don't like to read. I happen to be one of those people. I'm not huge on reading, to be quite honest with you. I started reading more after I lost my husband and I didn't know what the hell to do. I started to try to read and see, if I could, find something, right? So I read a lot, but I don't like to read. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of stuff out there, and I know they have the Audible books, but by the time I'm going to put it in, I'm going to fall asleep. I don't even listen to my show. I mean, it's just, who has that time, right? So there's a movie, and it's called The Secret. I don't know if anybody's heard. Has anybody out there heard of The Secret? If you have, hit the like button or the heart button. I think it'll show on my thing. I'm not sure. But I would like to know if anybody out there is actually aware of what I am speaking of. And so what it is I'm trying to get myself on the feed here so I can tune in with you. All right, here I am. And, okay. So The Secret it was made in, I want to say 2006. And all right, I'm getting a few hearts going on here. So I would like to read to you some information because I am not really a mecca on any of this stuff. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a doctor. I am not a psychologist. I am not a life coach. I am none. No, I just play one on the radio. So I'm just going with what I know and what I learn, and I share it with you guys, honestly, because I feel like that knowledge is power. So, law of attraction. Are you ready? I'm probably going to take oh wait, can I see with my glasses on? See, yes, hello, happy 49. I can't see with my glasses on, with them off. Hello. All right. In the New Thought philosophy, the law of attraction is the belief that positive or negative thoughts bring positive or negative experiences into the person's life. The belief is based on the idea that people and their thoughts are both made from pure energy, and that through the process of like energy, attracting like energy, a person can improve their own health, wealth, and personal relationships. The law of attraction is amongst the most popular of the universal laws. Advocates of the mind power paradigm, geez, yes, let me say that word 3 times fast, generally combine cognitive reframing techniques with affirmations and creative visualizations to replace limiting or self-destructive, quote unquote, negative thoughts with more empowered, adaptive, quote unquote, positive thoughts. A key component of the philosophy is that in order to effectively change one's negative thinking pattern, one must also feel, through creative visualization, the desired changes that have occurred. This combination of positive thought and positive emotion is believed to allow one to attract positive experiences and opportunities by achieving resonance and the proposed energetic law. The law of attraction has no scientific basis and has been dubbed pseudoscience. A number of researchers have criticized the misuse of scientific concepts by its proponents. So, in short, what this basically is that your thoughts have power. So, for instance, you wake up in the morning and you, for me, it could be like my coffee don't come out right. So now that's it. You're having a horrible day because your coffee didn't come out right. And now your coffee didn't come out right. And then you go to get the milk out of the refrigerator. The milk falls. It spills all over the place. And now you're like, oh my God. And then you get in the car and there's traffic. And you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm having the worst freaking day ever. So that's, what energy is that right now? It's negative energy, right? So what you're doing is you're feeding into that negative energy. So now you have effectively ruined your day. So sounds easier than done, right? Because the truth of the matter is like when I'm driving, for instance, and people like cut me off, or somebody does something, I go to the gym and this girl at the front desk, she's just got issues. And I'm like, I freaking hate people. And I'm like, nope, you don't hate people. You love people. Change it, because if you hate people, then that is what you're going to attract, is more people that you're going to hate, or they're going to hate you, right? Easier said than done, because when you want to tell somebody to go, F themselves, it's very difficult to be like, okay, have a great day, after you just annoyed the shit out of me, right? So it's very difficult to implement sometimes. But you have to put yourself in a different frame of mind. So and I'm going to read excerpts actually from Donna's book. I don't know if you guys remember when she was on my show a couple of weeks ago, my mini book of Mighty Mantras. So in this book, she talks about positive manipulation. And then in the back of the book, she has all these mantras. So a mantra is basically what you tell yourself, right? What you talk yourself into. Like when I want to kill everybody, right? I hate everybody. So then I say, I love everybody. I love everybody. I love today. I love everybody. And yeah, it's like, are you kidding me right now? But you change your mindset, and it definitely does change the energy. I mean, maybe it doesn't change it at that very minute, but it will change it when you start to make your thoughts go in concession with what you actually want. So, for instance, you want to be wealthy. All you do is look at your bills. Oh my God, how am I going to pay this? I don't have the money. Every time I go to the mailbox, all there are bills. What do I do? And you go into that mode, right? And you start to, we all do it. I mean, and you're going, holy shit. Like, I've done it. How am I going to do this? All right, I got to pay the mortgage. Okay. My son was like, oh, mommy, let's adopt a dog. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know it was $500 to adopt a dog. So he's like, but mommy, what are we going to do? I said, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Like I figure everything out. So you have to try to put that positive thing. If you sit there and you turn around and you say, there's no way I can't do this, then you're never going to be able to do it. And if you worry, I'm not going to have enough, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to be able to do it, that's what you're putting out into the universe. So it says that when it comes to energy, the universe recognizes the energy, but it cannot recognize whether it's something you want or you don't want. So in other words, if you're thinking, oh my God, I don't want any more bills. Oh my God, I can't afford this. As opposed to, okay, I'll figure this out. You know what? I'm going to meet Elmer J. Fudd. He's going to own a mansion and a yacht. And, it's all going to be good, right? So you have to think positively, because if you put your mindset in a greater place, then God willing, everything else goes there as well. This is the power of the universe. So when you put out these vibes come back to you. So they have, if you want to, don't leave me now, but when we're done with the show, if you want to, go watch The Secret. I found it on Netflix, so you don't have to pay to watch it. I don't know where else it is. I checked on Hulu. It's not on there. It's on Netflix. It's a really great crash course in the law of attraction. And, for the people out there that do not enjoy reading, like I said, there are a lot of people. My friend that I was speaking with on Saturday was like, I don't really like to read. And I said, well, I know there's the movie, because there was the book, The Secret, and then there's the movie, The Secret. And here I'm recommending for them to watch it, but I've never physically watched it myself. So I said, you know what? Yesterday, my son ran away because I was like, all right, come on, watch this movie with me. And he's like, Mom, really? So he knows about the law of attraction because I talk to him about it all the time. But I watched it last night, and it was really, it's a great thing to watch because it will teach you things. And I took a couple of notes. And then I started to think, and I said, you know what? I want to share this with everybody because I believe in that a lot. And I think that in this world, we really don't, we have so much more power than we think we do. I've had so many people say to me, like, Karen, I don't know how, how you do it. And, I don't either, but you have to just believe in something. And I said, it's ironic because I've said on my show before, I don't care if you worship a rock. If the rock brings you some type of comfort and you think that this rock has power, then believe in the rock. And it's very funny because when I watched The Secret last night, there was this guy, and that's what he did. He grabbed a rock and he put the rock in his pocket, and every day in the morning he would make this like his magic rock, his wishing rock, and he would think about everything he wanted to manifest when he had this rock in his hand. And he'd put it in his pocket and he'd keep it in there all day. And then at night, he'd come home and he'd take the rock out, because you take everything out of your pockets before you go to bed. He'd take the rock out and he would put it down on the counter, and he would do the same thing. He would manifest what he wanted every time he saw this rock. So he said that there was someone in Africa, I think, that visited him, or he visited there. I forget exactly what happened. And he had seen what he was doing. So he went back to Africa, and his son was very, very sick. And he emailed this guy and told him, I need the magic rocks. Can you please send me a magic rock? My son is very sick and he has an incurable disease and we don't know what to do. So the guy didn't have the heart to tell him it's just a freaking rock. So he went to like a crook or whatever, a brook, whatever, and he grabbed these rocks that were kind of special looking, and he sent them to him in Africa. So he gets an email a couple of months later that the magic rocks worked and his child has been healed. And now he raised all this money for charity because he sold all these magic rocks. So it's the power of suggestion, the power of belief, right? And so obviously we all know that there are certain things that can take us over, but even I know friends that follow homeopathy very, very intensely as well. And I had said, oh, have you gotten like a mammogram, or have you gone for this? And not all of my medical people do not jump down. I'm just talking about each person and their individual feelings. And she follows homeopathy, and homeopathy is based off of energy. Law of attraction is based off of energy. Energy is always around us, everywhere. Energy is everywhere. So she said, I didn't get a mammography because if I have cancer, the worst thing I can do is give my body that energy, and then the cancer will take over. So it's all about beliefs. And there was a woman in the movie The Secret that had breast cancer, and it was the same thing. She just said, I don't have cancer. She kept believing that she didn't have cancer. She watched comedies all the time, so she laughed. And within 3 months, she no longer had cancer. So again, I know a lot of this sounds like hocus pocus to a lot of people, and that's okay. I'm just sharing with you this whole philosophy. So again, you're listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. And again, I am not a life coach. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not I'm not a doctor. I'm not a homeopath. I'm not anything. I just play them all on the radio. No. So I am just sharing with you some of the things that I have implemented in my life, because a lot of people have asked me, I don't know how you do it after you lost your husband and you're raising your son on your own. I don't know how you find the strength. I don't know how you've done it. And, I've done it by grasping at anything and everything I possibly can. So that goes back to what I said. If you worship a rock and that rock gives you power, I mean, that's what religion is all about, isn't it? Religion is about prayer, and prayer is believing. So if you believe, you will achieve, right? I mean, the world, I think we can all agree that the world is definitely made up of energy. I don't know. You don't have to be clairvoyant. You don't have to be, a psychic. Any of you out there that have ever lost someone that you love, and I mean you had a true connection with, none of you out there can tell me that you never felt that person ever again. You had to. I mean, on my birthday, okay, Thursday in New York, the weather was crappy. Like, forget about it. This whole week it was like crap. Well, not this week, last week. It was crap, right? So I always, all I ever want really for my birthday is for the sun to shine. We were having this big birthday blowout at Gigante, and they have an outdoor patio, and we knew we were going to be packed. We had an amazing, turnout. And all I was thinking was, oh my God, if we could open the doors, it would be so perfect. And it won't be so congested. People will be able to get outside. People will be able to really enjoy the evening. And I woke up that morning and the weather was so crappy. It was cold. It was like yucky. And I said to my son, boy, Daddy and my grandma must be very busy today. And he says, why, Mommy? I said, because I always order the sunshine. And the sun is not shining. They always make sure the sun shines for me. So he goes, yeah, I know. Daddy's probably working. He's probably painting. I said, yeah, I know. Your daddy always has to work on Mommy's birthday. So we laughed, right? Okay. So now, I go through my day. I'm starting to get ready. My phone's, thankfully going crazy and blowing up from all of the birthday wishes, which again, I thank you all so much. And all of a sudden, I get a text from my father knows that I wanted the sun to come out too. So my father texts me, he goes, Karen, the sun is coming out. I go, no way, the sun is not coming out. It's disgusting out. He goes, Karen, I'm telling you, the sun is coming out. I said, all right. By the time I got ready and by the time I went to leave, not only it was blue skies, it was warm, and the sun came out. So I put out there into the universe that I wanted the sun to shine. And the sun shined. Now, maybe I'm magic. Maybe the powers that be love me. But I put that out into the universe. And I put that out into the universe and I wanted the universe to give it back to me. And it did. And whether it was my husband having something to do with it, or my grandmother, or whatever, it happened. And guess what? It made my day. It made everything. And you know what? I believe now too, because now I know, I see the fruits of my labor. I see that I send it out there and it comes back to me. So again, I understand that sometimes this sounds like a lot of hocus pocus. I get it. I'm not out of my mind. I mean, I am, but I'm not. And the point is that you have to try to have a positive outlook on things, even when they are as negative as they could possibly be, right? So that's what I'm trying to talk about today too. The law of attraction and positivity versus negativity. So it's all in your mindset. And now I'm going to say, well, actually, before because I've just been talking for 6 hours now. Let me look on the feed. Let me see where we're at here. And where are my comments? Come on. All right, let me see. Anybody comment? No, I don't even see any. Hi, guys. Hi, Lou. Hi, Joanne. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Christine. Hi, Allie. All right, so nobody's got nothing to say on here. As according to this, I don't see anybody said anything. All right, that's okay. We're good. I didn't really ask any questions yet, so I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anybody's comments. So I'm going to start off with when you watch The Secret, they ask you, they point out a couple of things. So I want to do that now with you guys. So they say there are 3, look, I'm putting up 2 fingers. There are 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Ask, what do you want? So I want you all, maybe get a pen and paper, write this down if you want to, or if you watch the show, after, you can jot it down. So the first thing is ask, what do you want? So what do you want? What do most people want? They want to be happy. They want to be healthy. They want to find their true love. They want money. They want their children, or they want to have children, they want to have a roof over their head, right? I mean, so ask, what do you want, right? So that's the first thing. And you know what? It's not always the easiest question if you really think about it. What do you want? Like, my answer is everything. So you got to focus on that, right? You can't just say everything. You got to know what everything entails. But I'm just saying, all right, so I want everything, right? Okay. So then you have to believe it's already yours. This is step number 2. Believe. Like I said, believe and you can achieve, right? So that is step number 2, believe. So you ask, I want everything. I believe I will have everything. And then the last thing is receive. Feel what you want, feel good, and feel happy. So if I ask for everything, I believe I have everything. And then I receive it. So I feel it. I feel like I have everything. And I feel good. So this is what the law of attraction is all about, is believing in these things, asking, believing, and receiving. It's really quite simple. I don't know if have I lost you all? Are you with me? Because nobody's commenting. I don't see nothing going on the feed. Is everybody alive and awake out there? Because I really I want some type of feedback from you guys, because I'm not getting any. Testing. Is this mic working? Okay. Nothing. Bueller. I love that freaking movie. All right, I see some likes going on. Thank you. Okay. I'm losing you guys. Is this too deep for you? I believe in... I can't get right. All right, I'm starting to see. I believe in the... I guess it's supposed to say law of attraction. We're commenting. Why don't I see it? What's up with that? All right, hold on. Let me look. I apologize. You're commenting and I'm missing it. All right, hold on a second. Let me zero in here. Oh yeah, you are commenting. I guess my phone is just not cooperating. I apologize. Where am I here? All right. Maybe if I close, what's up with this? Why isn't it working? It's just easier for me to see it over here. All right, let me close out and see if... Yeah, I'm seeing, and thank you guys for the text. I'm seeing that you're messaging me. Give me 1 second so that I can get in here, because I want to see what you guys are saying, and I apologize that I did not. I see all these comments now, and it's not not coming up on my phone. Okay. I don't know what's up with that. All right, let's see if I can see here. Okay. You see, it would be nice if Karen could see and know what was happening. Maybe if I go on my iPad, I'll be able to see it. I have all this technology, and I got lots going on over here. Go figure. It should be working, but okay. So anyway, just to reiterate, while I am trying to handle technical difficulties, we are talking about the law of attraction. And we are talking about the power of the universe, the law of attraction, the secret, which is the movie that I watched yesterday. For anybody out there that does not like to read, it gives you the ability to get it without having to, all right, let's see. Oh, how do I shut myself off? There we go. See, I got to mute myself. All right, but now what happened? I can't see the things again. God damn it. What am I doing here? All right. I am having technical difficulties. Did I do something to mute the things? Okay, here we go. Just listening. Very interesting. Yeah, it's still not coming up. I'm really annoyed here. Okay. All right. Yes. I got one here. Okay, why are they going away? What am I doing wrong? All right, here we go. I feel my loved ones present every time. Why? All right, I'm going to flip out on this thing. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Yes, believe to achieve. I feel my mom almost every day. Yes, so we do feel our loved ones that have passed. And here we go. The power of prayer truly works. It is. And listening, very interesting. I know I see a comment over here. I don't know why everything isn't coming through. I haven't tuned in a while. Greetings, everyone. Okay, where Joe said something. Why am I not seeing it? All right. Well, my apologies, you guys. I am trying, and for some reason, some of the comments are coming up. Okay, Allie, here we go. The vibes created by your thoughts and actions will come back to you in time. More often than not, it takes a while, so be mindful of your thoughts because they are manifesting. Yes, and thank you for pointing that out, because a lot of people do say that. They're like, well, I've been, asking for this for a while, or I've been wanting, this for a while. When is it going to happen? It's like people that go on a diet, right? You go on a diet and it's like, all right, I've been dieting for, 3 days. How come I'm not skinny yet? Like, what's going on with that? And unfortunately, it doesn't work that quickly, right? So you have to put the time and the effort in, right? In order for that to happen. So what we're talking about is the law of attraction and how to manifest your life and reality, if you will. Let me see who else. I want to say hi to everybody that is tuning in. Forgive me if I'm not doing shout outs at the moment, but I appreciate you all tuning in. I'm more concerned about, I do want to just respond to people and their comments, because we are doing an interactive show today, so you guys are my guest, and I just want to make sure that I acknowledge everyone that is commenting. Yes, Facebook works. I know some people are just listening, and I get that, and that's okay, and that's fine. I want you guys to listen because, like I said, I was having this conversation with a couple of different people, and I just found it very interesting that so many people were not privy to, what the law of attraction was. So I really thought it was a good idea to discuss it. And I appreciate you guys, and your feedback. So again, the law of attraction, we have, just to review quickly, there are 3 steps. Ask, what do you want? Believe, it's already yours. Receive, feel what you want, feel good, and be happy. So here's something that actually I am very close friends with a lot of different healers and amazing people that live this life, right? And they manifest these things and they physically see what this energy can create. So here was the question posed that a lot of people say, right? And I know has to be like 20 of you out there. Well, no, not 20. Hundreds, thousands, millions out there that will go, yeah, I said that. Why do bad things happen to good people? That's like huge, right? Because I know so many good people, and it always seems that this stuff is always happening to these people. And you say, why? Why do these good things happen? I mean, these bad things happen to these good people. It just doesn't make sense, right? Because if we all follow the rule of karma, then we would say that, everybody gets, like, it comes back around, right? So again, going back to what I was talking about when it comes to energy, the universe does not understand whether you want this or you don't want this. So if people are shitting on you and you're feeling the way that you're feeling, the universe is getting that message. So you have to try, and this is really, really hard, because how does the law of attraction play into that? So now it's hard. Like I said, you're having a bad day. Somebody cuts you off. You drop your coffee all over the floor. All of these things. And so you really want to just tell somebody, you want to choke somebody, right? You don't want to sit there and be like, oh, okay, I dropped my coffee. Oh, they cut me off. Oh, that's so sweet. It's very difficult to do because you want to say, go frick yourself, right? And so, or like I always like to say, go frig your mother, right? That's what you really want to say. So how do you change your thought process to be like loving and forgiving, right? Because the next part of this is, how do you take the negative charge away from a most negative situation? So how do you fix that, right? Like I always say, you can't fix stupid, right? So how do you fix that? So now you have a negative situation. You have all this negativity in the situation. How do you take away that negativity? Anybody? Tell me, give me an example. Somebody type into the comments, how do you take the negative charge away from a most negative situation? Add a positive factor. Thank you, Christine. So how does it make it easier to deal with said situation after you've done that exercise? So I just had, good people allow bad into their lives. We try and be good to fix everyone. To follow the law of attraction, we need to only allow in those that we would like to emulate. I love you. I'm so glad that you just wrote that, because you know that you were one of the people that I was thinking of. Because like I said, I am surrounded by very good people, and when I see bad things happen to these good people, it's very frustrating. But yes, unfortunately, good people do allow well, I don't want to say bad people, because that's really not a nice thing to say, but when you are a good-hearted person and you are a fixer, there are givers and there are takers in the world, and the takers always find the givers. And when you are kind-hearted by nature, you cannot help yourself but to try to help these people. And what you do have to learn is a comment that, just came in: surround yourself with positive people. So this is huge. And it's not easy to do, to be honest with you, because a lot of people aren't positive. A lot of people perpetrate the fraud. And they act like everything is great, and it isn't. And if you are sensitive to their energy, then you can pick up and feel that. So, I mean, how many of us know people that perpetrate the fraud, right? Everybody talks about, my boyfriend loves me, my fiance loves me, my this way. And you know what? a lot of times they don't really truly believe that they do love them. And that's why they are the way that they are. And people manifest that. And that's what they are putting into the universe. If you are insecure, then the universe picks up on that insecurity, and you will draw insecure people back to you. So it goes back to what I was trying to say with someone that I was speaking to. I noticed, and I don't know the person well, I noticed that they were with different women, and both of the women drank very heavily. And I said, what are we going to do with you and these women that drink? Like, what's up with that? He goes up and he says, yeah, I know. I don't get it. I'm not really that person. I don't drink like that. I don't understand why this happens. And I said, well, that's their insecurities. So what are you doing that's attracting them? Because there is a like factor there. You're the common denominator. So what role do you play in that? So maybe this person is insecure. Why I'm all itchy now. Maybe the man is insecure. So now he needs these women that are insecure, so they maybe dote on him. It's very hard to figure out what what the situation is. So you have to always take accountability is what I'm trying to say. So, for instance, I know I wrote this down because this was something, taking accountability. And Donna talks about this in her book. When someone says something to you, you have to ask if there is any truth to it. Meaning, I said to him, well, what's up with the fact that you hang out with these girls that drink too much and can't handle themselves? So now he could have told me, go fuck yourself, like how are you going to talk to me like that? Like, there's nothing wrong with anybody, blah, 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 blah. But he turned around and he said to me, that's interesting. I never thought about it like that. Yeah, I guess you're right. I do end up in situations like this. Why do you think that is? So, I play a doctor on the radio. So I'm like, well, let's think about this. And, I start talking about it. And, I don't know the answer to that. But in my opinion, it's insecurity. Because when someone drinks too much, that is self-medicating, right? I know from personal experience, I self-medicated myself for a very long time. And I was aware I was self-medicating. So, I'm not saying that what I did was right, but I know myself. And I know the type of personality that I have. And I know that I am too much of a control freak to ever be addicted to anything. So I know I was self-medicating. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. But what I am saying is that you should always be cognitive of your behavior. So when someone said to me, my own father said to me, Karen, I never saw you drink like this. I'm really worried. And I said to him, I am aware of what I'm doing. And when I am ready, I will stop. Now, most people are not like that. Okay, and most people will go off onto another end, and they will not come back. And believe me, I wasn't quite sure where I was going with that. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I knew that once I got from point A to point B, that I would pull back from that. So what I mean is, I take accountability for my actions. I've been out. I've put myself in situations that I didn't like. And I would come home, and in the middle of the night, I would wake up and my heart would be pounding out of my chest. And I would say to myself, holy shit, what did I do? I don't like this. So now I take accountability for my actions. I realize I am not that person. I do not want to be that person. I do not like that person. So now it's time to change. So when my father said to me, Karen, you're drinking a lot. What are you going to do? And I heard him. And I hear everybody. There are a lot of people that have said certain things to me. Listen, be careful. Watch this. Don't do that. I have no filter. Karen, you can't always talk to people like that. It's not, people don't really like to be spoken to that way. That was a little harsh. That was a little whatever. I'm aware of it. And anybody that's close to me knows that I really do try not to do that. Also, anybody that's close to me knows that I never speak malice out of my mouth. If I say something, I shoot straight. Yeah, maybe I could work on the delivery. I try really hard because I do try to be kind and I try to lead with kindness. But sometimes because I am strong and I am blunt, things come out the way they do, and it is what it is. But the point that I'm trying to make with all of this, that I went into a tangent, is that with going back to the guy that was with these women, that were self-medicating, they were drinking too much. This is perpetual behavior. Okay? So now if these are the people that you are attracting, why are you attracting these people? So then you have to ask yourself, what is my role in this? The common denominator is him, right? These other people didn't come together. It was him that was the common denominator. So you always have to think. I personally have I have always attracted addicts myself. I have always attracted people that are very addictive, have very addictive personalities, some of them very controlling. I try to fix everybody. I always try to fix and help everybody. So I always get the wounded, souls, if you will. And I noticed that my father is very much that way as well. We get total strangers that come up to us and tell us their life story. And I am really actually blessed. I feel that people feel comfortable to speak to me, and thankfully sometimes I think I might say something that actually helps them. It doesn't happen all the time, of course, and I'm not always right. But it's always easier to see in someone else what we don't see in ourselves, right? So I find that a lot of times people that get drawn to me have very similar problems to me. And when I see them experiencing those problems, I am then able to get the picture clear in my head, because as I'm trying to talk to them and help them with the situation, I hear my own words and they are applicable to myself. So I always attract people that are somewhat broken, that have some type of addiction, have this type of behavior, because I want to fix everybody and I want to help everybody. Have I recognized that? Yes. Do I do that now? Not so much, because I do. But then I recognize and I realize and I say, you know what? After what I've been through, after, losing my husband and raising my son on my own, having a sick mother, and all the other things that come along with it, I just couldn't take care of one more person. So unfortunately and fortunately, I let that go, because I realize that I can't fix anybody if I can't fix myself. So I will go back to, and I said this to my friend on Saturday as well, and I will reiterate, I will go back to what I have kept in my data bank and what I think about all the time, which may help anybody out there. I will go back to it again. When you are on the airplane and they do that whole thing, fasten your seatbelt, if you got to jump, you got to slide, you got to this, you got to that. What do they say? In case of change in cabin pressure, the mask will come down. Be sure to put the mask on yourself before you help others. Now, that to me was like as basic as that is. That is how I follow. That is how I live my life, because givers are not like that. Because the minute that mask comes down, you want to put it on someone else to help them. But the truth of the matter is that if you don't put the mask on yourself, you are no good to anyone. So if you take care of you, you can help all of these people around you. But if you do not take care of you, you are of no use to anyone. So let that sink in a little bit. That doesn't make you selfish, okay? That makes you selfless and it makes you strong. So a lot of people think, oh, that's selfish. You're going to put the mask on yourself. Absolutely not. That is the most selfless thing you can do, because you put that mask on and now you are able to help others. So always remember that. And again, that's positive energy and everything. If you have positive energy, that energy will emit to other people. Think about it. You walk in a room, like you walk in a room and all of a sudden, like the energy is just like, you walk in and you're just like, holy shit, I got to get out of here. And you're just like, oh my God, like I can't deal with this. I don't know what's wrong, but I just don't want to be here. Or you go someplace and like you see somebody, they have this huge smile on their face, or you walk in someplace and like, oh my God, hi, how are you? And they're hugging you and they're kissing you and all of a sudden you feel good now because it's contagious. It's energy. So you get back what you put out. And sometimes we can be in a little bit of a crappy mood. Sometimes we need a little bit of good energy. And if you don't have negative energy, but maybe you're just low on energy, when that energy comes in, you can absorb that and now it can change your whole aura and demeanor for that time. So you guys are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com, and this is Real Talk. I am talking about the law of attraction. I'm talking about positivity versus negativity. I am talking about manipulating your thoughts, your goals, everything to manifest the life that you truly want. So now I'm going to go back in again and look, because I know a lot of people, thank you guys, I see the love now, I appreciate it. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in because I know a lot of people were commenting. And we will, let me see where we're at here, I'm sorry. Surround yourself, okay, here we are. We'll survive, thank you for coming on the feed. Christine, yeah, Dr. Karen, Dr. Kill Patient. Somebody's jumping. Anthony Mangini listens to my voice. He's jumping off. Okay, so where am I? I'm just trying to see. I self-medicated for many years and now sober 4 years in January. Yes, God bless, Lou. We talked about that when you came down for my birthday. Where am I? Well, thank you. It's a strong woman, and I should be proud. I am, and I appreciate it. Remind me tomorrow to tell you about JC and the homeless woman. You'll love it, but it's too much to type. Okay, we'll do. I'm just trying to see if anybody else. You have to create the positivity. Surround yourself with it. Okay, so not too many comments on that. All right. Yes, you do have to do that. It's and again, Donna Martini, my mini book of Mighty Mantras, she talks about positive manipulation. And what is positive manipulation? It is changing your thoughts. Okay? That's what it is. It's changing your thoughts and empowering yourself. So again, for some people that are joining us again, or just joining us, excuse me, I'm going to reiterate, and for the people that are listening, I'm going to reiterate that have already heard this, because the more it drills in, the more you will own it. And you know what? You might be going through your day tomorrow, and you might wake up in the morning and you put your foot down on, you get off your bed and you stub your toe and you're like, mother flip, that's it. I'm going to have a horrible day. And then you may say, you know what? Karen talked about this. I'm not going to have a horrible day. All right, I'm good. Take a deep breath. One of my late girlfriend used to say, shake it off. And sometimes you got to just shake it off, or what I do a lot is I remove myself from the situation. So if I'm in an area and there are people there, and some of you that see me out, you see I kind of like, I'll exit stage right or whatever. I do that a lot. I feel a lot of energy. And if I'm around certain people and I feel that energy, I got to move. So sometimes just remove yourself. If you're starting to feel something that you don't recognize, it's probably not yours. So walk away and regroup. You don't, you just excuse yourself. I got to go to the bathroom. I got to, whatever. And go excuse yourself and then come back and see what the situation was. Sometimes you just need that breather. So again, I'm going to go back. We are talking about the law of attraction. I encourage each and every one of you, if you haven't watched The Secret, you should watch The Secret. The Secret is the power of the universe, the law of attraction. Part of The Secret is 3 steps. Ask, what do you want? My example, I want everything. On my dating sites, people say to me, what do you want? I said, I want it all. I want everything. I want it all. So believe it's already yours. I believe it. I got it, right? I got it all. And you know what? I do have it all. I knock on wood, I'm healthy. My son is healthy. I have a roof over my head. I am blessed to have good people around me. I am grateful for what I do have. And I had this conversation, actually, I was texting with a girlfriend of mine. And, we were talking about some stuff. And then I said to her, you know what? I'm just grateful for what I do have. I am so grateful that I have good people in my life, that I have my son, I have my dad, I have, a family, I have people that love me. I am very grateful. And yes, I am missing key players in my life right now, but I am blessed to have what I have. So, if you empower that, then you don't concentrate on what you don't have, you concentrate on what you do. So the best way to know what you want is to learn what you don't want. So, I don't want certain things in my life. Do I know everything I want in my life? If I had to write them down, maybe not. I just know I want everything. But we all learn we all learn by what we don't want, because that's real easy to figure out, right? Like, right away, if you take a bite of food, you're trying something for the first time, and you take a bite of it, and you go, all right, I don't know how I feel about this. But you don't dislike it completely, so you're thinking about it, and you're saying to yourself, all right, I don't know. Maybe I like it, maybe I don't. I don't really know. So you give yourself, but now, if you take a bite of that, and you're like, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten in my life, don't ever give me that again. Well, now you know what you don't want. So okay, I don't like that, but now you got to try something else to know what you do want, right? So this is what I'm trying to say, and there's a very easy things to do. So when something happens and you don't like it, that means you don't want it. So change it. Positively manipulate that, okay? So again, ask, what do you want? I want everything. Believe, I got it all. Receive, feel what you want, feel good and happy. So I feel I have everything. Therefore, everything will come to me. Because if you concentrate on what you don't have, that is what you will show out to the universe, and that is what will come back to you. If you want to be happy, then do not concentrate on how unhappy you are. There's got to be one thing in your life you can be happy for. I don't care if it's a freaking pair of shoes that you have that you love, your favorite sweater, ice cream, whatever, sex. There's got to be something that you love, and you can manifest more of those things by concentrating on those good things. So again, The Secret. It is on Netflix. I found it on there, free. Watch it. There is also the book called The Secret. There's Abraham Hicks that talks about the law of attraction. If you Google law of attraction, 80 billion things will come up. And you can definitely learn about that. I see that there's some comments here. So before I keep going, I want to just read some of the comments. Yes, we will survive, my love. Okay, just reading some of the comments. We are on Facebook Live for those of you listening on MiamiMikeRadio.com. I am doing an interactive show, and I have people on my feed, so I am interacting with them. Leslie, I'm not sure why you're confused on the live feed. I think there's only one. Okay, Ruben, yeah, you're going with the flow. Okay, I'm coming from my page. I call all that are my page kings and queens. They are all joining me. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody that is tuning in. Again, please share the video so that people can partake in our conversation. Yeah, I know, Leslie, I don't know what happened with the comments either. I see what you wrote about the secret in the beginning of the show. We're looping around, so we're all there. There is the Facebook universe. Yes, and you know what? There might be a lot of energy on this feed. It's funny that you just mentioned that, Leslie. It's extremely possible that we have all this energy on the feed. So, this just goes to show you, energy, again, it's all about energy. Positivity versus negativity. We all have a choice. How many people blame everybody, right? Who plays the victim all the time? Whoops. See, that was my fault. So, not a victim. I'm knocking stuff over here. You can't play the victim. You always have to see where your role was in what took place. That's what I always say. We talked about, okay, the other thing too is, so it says, when we were talking about before, how do you take the negative charge away from most negative situations? So the answer was bring something positive, right? How does it make it easier to deal with said situation after you've done that exercise? Well, you look at it from a different perspective, right? So if you try to look at it like, I say, let's say I'll use the person at the gym as an example. She's just not, she definitely has some type of issues going on. She's on a power play. She tries to, order everybody around and everything. And she just goes off sometimes. She really does. She just goes off. And normally I just try to go and I breathe through it and I say, you know what? She's got issues. Everybody just knows she kind of has issues. They let it be. But then you reach a certain point where you have to say something. But now you have to deal with it accordingly, right? So you're not going to just go off on somebody. You have to try and, be mindful, right? And understand that everybody's doing something from a certain standpoint. So you have to try to turn it around and try to turn it into a positive thing. Am I really good at that? Not so much, because when you get me twisted, it's very difficult for me to turn things around into a positive. What I will say about that is that normally what ends up happening is that when somebody tries to twist things and they try to create a different energy than the energy that really exists, what ends up happening is that it always comes back around. The truth always comes back. And sometimes people try to manipulate other people. And I always believe that good triumphs evil every day of the week. So if you have ulterior motives, you will be figured out eventually. And really, I always say it, the truth shall set you free. Because people may say that I have no filter. People may say that I'm a little abrupt when I say certain things. But you know what? You always know where you stand with me. So my energy is very strong and it's very powerful. And I am aware of that. I know all of my faults, my weaknesses, my strengths. I know a lot of these things. And things come back. And you know what? Own who you are. Be you. Everyone else is taken. So just be you, but try to be the best version of you. If someone says something to you, don't be on the defense right away. think about that and say, is there something to this? Is what this person is saying, does it have any truth to it? So even if you think it's dead wrong, you got to think about that and say, is there any truth to this? Maybe there is truth to this. Maybe I had I had part in this. Maybe, I did. So it's all the energy. It's what you put in and what you get out. And yes, karma, I don't know how karma goes in with that. I'm not really sure. I think, to be honest with you, sometimes karma comes right back, right? And the energy that somebody put out when somebody sets out to sabotage you, and in return they actually sabotage themselves, that is energy more than karma, because it's the law of the universe. You put that out there and it came right back to you. So it just boom, 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 ricochet rabbit, and it went right back to you. So, be careful what you do with your energy and who you put it towards. Just be you. Be a good human, and take accountability and realize that, for every action there is always a reaction. And the only thing that we can ever do is control our reactions, right? We can't control other people. We can only control our reaction to other people. So, where am I? I'm going to see, because I know people were writing stuff. Okay. Well, I believe that if you are a positive person and surround yourself with positive, you will receive positive. And also believe if you're miserable with yourself, you attract a lot of negative. Right. And that is the law of attraction, because what you put out is what you bring back. Interestingly, it's even, like now, like I am a very strong woman, and I now have a lot of very strong women around me. And it's funny because years ago, people would never come, like they would think I was too strong. Oh, she's too much, or she's whatever. Now I have manifested amazing, strong women into my life, because we're all like-minded, so it's one strong person to another strong person. So when one person is a little on one end, you have this other person that's bringing you up to the other end, and that is the energy that can pull you back to where you need to be. So that's why I say sometimes you need that little boost, because the truth of the matter is that it's not easy to be positive all the time. If someone is setting out to hurt you, or you've had a horrible day, or someone is sick or whatever, it's very, very difficult to remain positive and put positive energy out there. So sometimes all it takes is another human being that gives you that positive energy, makes you look at it and say, you know what? Sometimes just the validation that, hey, this person is trying to, sabotage me right now, and I don't know why. Like, what is there any truth to this? Like, where are we with this? And then you have somebody that you trust that says to you, you know what? That's them. That's not you. So you just do you and let them do them. And it's like, okay. And then you look at it that way and you see it from a very different angle. So you know what? Surrounding yourself with good people definitely helps, and like-minded people. And like one of the comments just said, you cannot expect to be around negative people and get positive vibes. You will absorb that negativity, and eventually they will suck you into the abyss. So, if you are around, I was having this conversation with my nephew, and he's, oh, I don't do that, and I said, yeah, but if you hang out with people that do those things, then you're guilty by association. Do I like that? No. I don't like the fact that if I'm with somebody and they drink too much and they're a sloppy drunk, that now they think I drink too much and I'm a sloppy drunk. If you see me stumbling and I can't speak and I'm doing whatever, then you can call me a sloppy drunk. But don't you dare call me that when I wasn't the person that was that way, when it was someone else that was like that, not me. Don't ever accuse me of someone else's crime just because it's guilt by association. But That being said, when you're a kid or even now, we don't know as adults, we don't know what other adults do. Think about it. You get in the car with somebody that maybe you don't know that well. Maybe they do drugs. Maybe there's drugs in the car. You don't do drugs. But now you get pulled over by a cop and the cop finds drugs in the car. Everybody's in trouble, right? So I tried to explain that to my nephew. I said, you can't just go with these people and think, oh, I'm good. I'm like, you ain't good. Because if you are there, it's guilt by association. So you need to choose wisely. So the energy is the same thing. If you are hanging around with people that have bad energy and you notice, like sometimes I hang out with people and I absorb and I'm like, ew, I don't even understand. I don't recognize this. Like, I don't even like the way I feel. What's wrong with me? And, you got to like shake it off. Because you gotta, or if you see, I can't meditate, but a lot of people meditate. And if you meditate, you balance and center yourself. And, it's a great thing to do. I listen to now these healing, like this quartz thing or something. I listen to this music to try to go to sleep. I do listen to meditation things with all these like mantras and stuff to try to to enforce positive thinking. But as for actual meditation, I haven't been able to quiet my mind enough to do it, which is something I need to work on. My will is just made to be imposed on people. Well, as long as it's a good will, then that's a good thing, right? Others say I am too strong, but it's because of the hurt I've been through. My guard is always up. So, we did a show on that about, having your guard up. And, unfortunately, if your guard is up, then you're not allowing a lot in as well. So you always have to protect yourself, but sometimes you gotta also allow people in. You just have to be strong enough that if you allow someone in, you have to know where they're at. So in other words, we all have our guard up with a lot of different people, right? But you have to recognize what your gut tells you. You have to recognize if you see the red flags, you have to recognize all of those things, right? So, if you have your wall up, then no one can ever, be next to you. So that's not always the best thing either. It's finding that happy medium. Actually, it's surrounding yourself with people, hopefully, that you don't have to have your wall up. But unfortunately, people will always try to break down that wall one way or another. And, I'm still learning about that myself. You always had me, but we had for a long time. Women don't always know how to appreciate a woman who would hold them up. And amen. Women don't always empower other women. But, it's nice that it took 49 years. But, it's amazing to be around, empowering women. And I thank each and every one of you for that. Garbage in, garbage out. Yeah, Christine, I like it. So true. I only surround myself with good, positive people and have detached the negative ones, including family. Oh, hello. That is huge. We can choose our friends. We can't choose our family. And, we all have those dysfunctional family members. And yeah, they could suck the freaking life out of you. So, yeah, you have to protect yourself, but you have to protect your energy. It's not necessarily building a wall. It's more protecting your energy. So, meaning, I am trying to be positive. I'm trying to be in a good mood. If said person starts and they get in a mood, I'm not taking your mood. You keep your mood over there. Go see where you got to go, because I am staying positive and happy, and nothing is going to change that. So when you really own it, right, going back to the three things in the law of attraction: ask, believe, receive. So I believe I got it, so therefore I'm going to have it, and that's how I'm going to be. Yes, listening to meditation on positivity. Absolutely. That's always a good thing. And for those of you out there that cannot meditate like me, you can listen to these like Deepak Chopra, Kelly Howell. There are a lot of these guided meditations, if you will, that you can listen to. Deepak Chopra has like these mantras, sutras, he calls them, and you listen to them over and over again, and it's retraining your mind to think differently. So the same way, like if you go on a diet and you have to retrain yourself, right? Because if you go on a diet and you go on, let's say, some ridiculous, whatever it is, actually any diet, if you don't train yourself to eat that way for the rest of your life, then there's no point to going on the diet. Because what are you going to do? You're going to lose 10 pounds and then you're going to gain back 15. So, the same way that, so it's changing your mindset, right? Making a change. So when you listen to these meditations, when you're going to sleep or in your headphones, it reprograms your brain to think a different way. I'll give you, for instance, my son, I don't know if you guys know, but I did finally adopt my puppy. I was fostering, and I appreciate and thank you, those of you that donated to the Bella Adoption Fund. Thank you very much. It is official. We adopted her yesterday. And, my son said to me, Mom, we're going to have Bella, by the time, because my son is 10. So he's like, Bella might be around, when I'm like almost 30 years old. And I said, well, yeah. I said, you could even be like a daddy at that point. So he says to me, well, yeah, if I have kids, I'm not going to introduce Bella to them. And I said, why? He goes, because I don't want them to get attached to her because she could die. And I said to him, Noah, now, I've been living this way for the past 5 years, right? My son has asked me for a dog a number of times. And I, first of all, didn't want the responsibility. And second of all, truth be told, when you have a broken heart, it's very difficult to love again, right? It's scary. It's scary to allow yourself to love again. Because if you love again, you can get hurt again, right? So this goes with divorce. It goes with everything, right? And the truth of the matter is that there goes that wall, right? Because it is very difficult to open up your heart to love again. That being said, if you do not open up your heart to love again, then you will never feel that joy that comes with that. So, I live this. My son kept asking me for the dog. I was fighting it. I said, okay. Donna was on the show. She's a healer. She says, animals are very healing. You really need to, you should think about this. Your son keeps asking you. You really should consider it. So I said, okay. So we brought the dog in. As some of you know, I had a lot go on with her. She was a puppy. She's crazy. She's not potty trained. She's not anything. She's nuts. She's neurotic. She's been abused. She's been whatever. And needless to say, we fell in love with the dog. So I digress. My son says to me, well, Mommy, when my kids, if I have my kids, I'm not going to introduce them to the puppy. And I said, Noah, we can't think that way. Because if Bella gives them joy, even for a few, whatever amount of time it is, why should they be deprived of that joy? So it's something that everybody should think about, and I share that, it's if you do not allow it to come in, you will never have it. You will never manifest it. And it's scary. And to open up your heart to love again, whether it's an animal, whether it's a person, whatever it is. And you know what? That was positive manipulation on my end with my son, where it's the law of attraction and you have to allow that love in so that it can come back out again. So I encourage, and I live this, and I say this, and now Bella is an emotional support dog. So, we have benefited so much from it. My heart, it feels so good. We laugh like crazy when she turns into Psycho Puppy and flies around the house and all of that. Yeah, does it scare the crap out of me that, I see her, I'm like, oh my God, she's coughing. Oh my God, because I'm a neurotic lunatic and I don't want anything to happen to anybody that I love. But guess what? things have happened to people that I love, and there's nothing I can do about it. So either you feel the love in your heart and the joy, or you close yourself off to everything, and then you don't ever feel joy again. So you gotta love and you gotta live, right? And you are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are doing an interactive show on Facebook Live in my group, and we are talking about the law of attraction. We are talking about positivity versus negativity. We're talking about positive manipulation and how powerful the mind really is. And energy, right? I keep seeing a light right now too. I don't know if you guys keep seeing me turn, but there's some energy here that's letting me know that it's here, because I keep seeing a flash and I'm like, is it my phone? What's going on here? So I see there was some comments here. Let me look. The word hope stands for hold on, pain ends. Unfortunately, sometimes the reaction is a reflection of you. Yes, this is very true. This is why that's what energy is all about, right? And that's what about the law of attraction. What you put out is what comes back sometimes. Choose your friends wisely. Absolutely. Or words of affirmation. Yes. Yes. Thank you for the welcome home from Bella. 5 dogs. Holy crap. Okay. All right. Let's see. Losing 3 close family members in 8 months. My heart was dead, but it has been a fight to come back. But you must be strong. I send you much love and light, Will survive. That's a great word. That's great. I always say, always be kind and humble to all, because you never know what others are going through. My love, I don't know if you've watched my show before, but anybody that's listening right now knows that I usually post that on most of my posts. I say it all the time. I always say, be humble and kind. I always have said, and we've talked about it on the show, you never know what someone else is going through. And, I had someone on the show that said that they were just like having the worst day and almost thinking about ending their life. And then someone held the door for them. And their whole day changed because someone held the door for them. So, it's a very positive, it's positive reinforcement and positivity. And if you share positivity, then it will come back to you. I just realized that I have to plug in my computer because my battery is getting eaten up. So if I am not on the Facebook Live and you heard me walk away from the microphone, step away from the microphone, that is the reason why I am doing Facebook Live from my computer. So it is draining the battery. All right, let's see. Let me connect over here and let me plug in and we'll be good to go. Stand by for station identification. This is what happens when you do a live show and you don't have tech support. I am tech support. Yes, and a lot of people say that to me. Say, look, I'm knocking stuff over. How do you like me so far? People say to me, how do you do your show? How do you get the ideas? How do you come up with the stuff? So, I just come up with it. I mean, honestly, I talk to people, and this is the reason why I did the show today. I was speaking to a number of people, and I started talking about the law of attraction, and they had no idea what the hell I was talking about. And I said to myself, you know what? I need to do a show on this. So I have more that I want to read. So I'm going off of this, and where am I? I'm going back on here because I have more. This was really interesting. So this is the 7 laws of attraction. Oh, come on. Stay with me here. All right. The 7 laws of attraction. Where am I? Why does my phone... You see, I'm reading it from my phone. 7 laws of attraction have been getting a lot of attention lately, and more people are asking this question. What are the 7 laws of attraction? Over time, it has become apparent that there are 7 important laws of attraction. If you know about these 7 laws, the next question is, how can you use these laws to your benefit? Are you ready? Is everybody ready to hear the 7 laws? Hit that like button. Do something so I know you're there. I need to see it. All right. This is the process of first working... Okay, where am I? This is the process of first working out what you desire, then bringing it into manifestation. And it's saying this is about crystals, that you can use crystals, to do this. Okay, what are the 7 laws of attraction? Are you ready? Woohoo! I'm starting to see stars. I'm seeing stars. No, I'm seeing hearts. These are the 7 laws to follow, to bring what you desire into manifestation. Number 1, intense desire. That's kind of sexy. Intense desire. Woohoo. Okay, number 2, imagination and conceptualization. Okay, why can't I speak today? Conceptualization. You say that 3 times fast. Number 3, affirmation. Number 4, focus with confidence. Number 5, profound belief. Number 6, gratitude. Number 7, manifestation. So number 1, feeling intense desire about what you want. The first and most important step. Before you can bring anything into your reality, you must really want it. You need this feeling to be very strong, or there is no point in beginning the process. It must be a very powerful emotion, or you will not even begin the process of manifestation. Now, I know for some of us, that can be tricky because like I just said, we don't always know what we want. We just know what we don't want. And remember, the universe hears what you're talking about. So it doesn't know that you don't want it or you do want it. It just knows that it's in your thoughts. So try to be mindful of your thoughts, okay? So you need to have that feeling. So in other words, easy things, right? I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. Some of us don't know what all of that actually means. Some of us that are single, we may not know if we want somebody in our life because we're, okay with being, single, right? So it's like a very tricky thing with knowing what you want and what you don't want, right? So that's that. Okay, number 2, imagination and conceptualization. There we go. See, I got the word out correctly. Did you see the movie The Secret? Again, this is what we talked about earlier, and I encourage you all to watch The Secret, again, on Netflix for free. If you did, you may remember the part where the man sat in his chair visualizing that he owned a new car. The concept entailed him having unshakable faith in the idea that he was sitting in his new car. The process was to believe so strongly in the existence of his new car that he truly believed in its actual existence. So this goes back to the 3 things that I spoke about, right? Ask, believe, and receive. So this all is in line with this. This is known as conceptualization. As you form an image of what you desire in your mind, you are using your imagination to bring it into reality. So now again, we can do this in a negative way as well, right? We can picture ourselves, oh my God, right? I have a pain. And then you could picture yourself, you got a lump, you got cancer, you're going through chemotherapy. These are the things that go on in your head, and they're irrational thoughts and they're negative thoughts. So you need to make those things go away, and you have to only manifest and imagine good things, right? You must first see in your imagination. It must be fully formed and conceptualized before it can possibly manifest. This is the process of creating an image in your mind of what you desire to have in your life. Make the image you see in your mind as real and detailed as you can, as this is how you will bring it into manifestation. So in The Secret yesterday, there was a gentleman that was very successful, and what he did was he had a vision board. So he had a board, and he cut out pictures of everything that he wanted to obtain. And he put them all on the board, and he looked at them every day. So he had moved a few times, and he ended up having children or whatever, bought a home, and the boxes, they were still in the boxes. And his kid was like, "What's in the box, Dad?" And he said, "Oh, those were my affirmation boards." And he goes, "Well, what's that?" So he goes, "Well, let me just show it to you because it's easier than trying to explain it." And when he took it out and he showed him the picture of the house he wanted, and it was actually the house he bought, and it was designed and everything. So he conceptualized it and manifested it. Okay, number 3, affirmation. Affirm that you already have what you want. So see, it's only reiterating the things that I said earlier. Affirm that what you desire is already real. The concept of affirming is to make a positive statement of what you believe, and when making this statement, you need to truly believe it's true. This is about using the power of positive affirmations to aid you. Also, like Donna says in her book, positive manipulation. Same thing. All right. A common use for the word affirmation is about making positive statements on a daily basis about what you would like to be, do, or have in your life. If you have been using the practice of doing daily affirmations already, it can easily become part of the process. Number 4, focus with absolute confidence. For all of you insecure people out there, focus with absolute confidence. Own it. Like I said, you got to own it. Keep your focus on the subject. As I would say, keep your eye on the prize. Focus on the subject and feel confident that whatever it is that you desire will materialize. Focus consistently on the thing that you want to bring into your life. This is one of the important 7 laws of attraction, as it is of extreme importance that you focus strongly when you are conceptualizing. Do this on a regular daily basis as often as possible to achieve your desires. Okay? 5, profound belief. Now here you go. In the Abraham Hicks book, Ask and It Is Given, Abraham through Esther talks about having what you desire in vibrational escrow. You can listen to Esther and Abraham, or Abraham Hicks, on YouTube. It's like there's every single one of them, and that's all about the law of attraction. She outlines a number of ideas on how to manifest what you desire. Keeping your belief high aids what you desire to form, using the process outlined above. It is important that you keep the faith and have true belief in order that it comes forward and manifests in your life. Allow yourself to sincerely believe that you have the things desired, that it will come into your reality. An even more powerful thing to do is truly believe that the things you desire is already manifested, that it's already a part of your reality. Okay, so again, we went through that, right? Number 6. You guys still with me? You liking this? You with me? Yes? No? Love me? Hate me? You want to kill me? What's going on? Let me see. I saw 1 like. All right, you guys aren't loving me right now. I'm reading too much. We're getting too deep? That's all right. It's good for you. 6, feeling gratitude. Having an attitude of gratitude is very important to the process. Being grateful in advance is very powerful and is a major element that will bring about the manifestation. Feeling gratitude and deep appreciation every day for the things that you already have creates an energy field around you. So I talked about this a little while ago, right? When we talked about all the things that we can talk about, all the things that we don't have, but it's better to talk about the things that we do. Keep filling this energy field with more and more appreciation and gratitude every day, as this draws even more good things into your life. By appreciating what you have in your life right now, this strengthens the actions that helps those things that you do not have yet to manifest. So again, I went back to earlier today talking about the rock, worshiping the rock, believing in the rock. You know, there has to be something in your life that means something that you can be happy and positive about. Concentrate on that and only that. Everything else that is going on that is negative in your life, just don't concentrate on it. Don't think about it. Just keep it moving. Number 7, manifestation. The thing that you desire becomes a reality. You have carried through each step of the 7 laws of attraction. You have created the final result. You have attracted into your life the thing that you desired. Now, not to be like a killjoy here, but the thing that you desire becomes a reality. You have carried that. You have manifested that. So, if you sit there and you think about, I wish I had a boyfriend, I wish I had a girlfriend, I wish I was married, I wish I had a big house, and all you think about is, oh, I can't meet a nice girl, oh, I can't meet a nice guy, what's wrong with me, something's wrong with everybody else, I'm great, it's everybody else, what's wrong with everybody else, people suck. You know, you're manifesting that. So remember that. When you put that energy out there, that is what you are manifesting. Accountability, right? Gratitude for what you received is crucial. So that means be thankful. Be thankful for what you have. And if you do desire something and it comes to you, recognize it and say thank you. When the sun came out for my birthday, I spoke about this earlier. When the sun came out for my birthday, I was so thankful. I was so grateful because all I wanted to do was see the sun. And it was so simple, but it happened and it just made the whole night even more perfect. Being grateful afterwards for the manifestation of what you desired once it has come into existence is very important. If you have been using the 7 laws of attraction and manifested what you wanted, it is important to be aware that at the end that you need to take a step back to step 6. The stepping back at the end will help keep the flow from the source coming in your direction. Look back and accept. Once you have manifested the things or principal desires, that the process was cause for the end result happening. Then feel a strong sense of appreciation for the things that have come into your life. So, you have to think about those things and be grateful. How do the 7 laws of attraction work? There are some crystals that this is all crystals. I'm not doing it. Well, I don't know if anybody, likes crystals. I happen to, I think crystals have a lot of energy. I personally can't be around crystals. Most of the time it makes me a little bit nuts. The energy makes me kind of crazy. Now, where are we? So we're talking real talk right now. Well, Karen Stacy, live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. If you have stayed with me through this show, I am very grateful. Like I said, I wanted to do a show on the law of attraction because I've been talking to people and I talk about it a lot on my show, and I realized that maybe some of you didn't know what the law of attraction was. So I wanted to share it with you because I do really feel that it is important. And if there's one person that listened to this show today and tries to change their attitude and change the way that they think and bring the law of attraction to you, I am definitely grateful for that. There's another thing that, when we were talking about with, how does it make it easier to deal with a situation after you have taken the negative and thrown in a positive. So it's an old custom to give thanks in all things, both good and bad. So when Donna Martini was on the show, we talked about there's a prayer, and I never say it right. It's a Hawaiian prayer, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it right. What it's actually called. It's like Punahana or something like that. And it's a Hawaiian prayer, and the prayer is, I love you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. So I love you is, speaks for itself, right? Because you're spreading love all over. I am sorry. Taking accountability. Please forgive me. Humble. Thank you. You're gracious. So, a lot of times, even if you're not wrong, your feelings go, like, in other words, when I was talking about the woman at the gym, right? And she got, she gets nasty and I want to choke her. And I have to say to myself, she has her issues. Let's not go there. Positive thoughts. Don't let it affect you. So then I might say that to her, like, I'm sorry, I love you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. And it's amazing what it can do to the soul. And there's a meditation tape, actually, in one of my, I think it's called Insight, which is the app that I use. It's actually on there. The prayer is on there. And I have listened to that and actually started crying. And I mean, they only say those 4 sentences. But there's something to that, because so many of us hold, we hold anger, we hold resentment, we hold so many things. And those words release it. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And it works with any human being there is. So, or even anything, whatever it is, you always should try to implement that, because being gracious and giving thanks does huge things for your soul. So in this book here, my mini book of Mighty Mantras, with Donna Martini, in this book, she talks a lot in the beginning about what positive manipulation is, and all of these things that she did, as a coach to try to help. And in the back of the book, well, half of the book, only the first 50 pages are her philosophies and everything. And then there's all of these mantras that are in the back of the book. So she tells you to just run your fingers over it like this and give the book some energy. And then you open up a page and you read the mantra that is on the page. So this one, look at this. It's apropos. Gratitude does not translate into complacency. Being happy with what we have today does not preclude us from bringing in even more to be happy about tomorrow. So acknowledge the fact that, this is the mantra, being grateful brings in more to be grateful for. So I try every morning to open up the book and read this. And I do it with my son. And my son will say, okay, mommy, what's the mantra? So the mantra is, being grateful brings in more to be grateful for. So how apropos that I've just talked about this the entire night, about being grateful and receiving, and then I turn to this page in the book and there it is. So, sometimes you look at that and maybe you weren't feeling grateful that day. Or maybe you're satisfied with your gratitude. You're like, you know what? I'm good. This reminds you that you can always have more gratitude. So then you look at the other page. It says, note to my ego self. I am gathering up what no longer serves us and letting it all go. Since I want to travel far on the road to wellness, it makes sense to get rid of this heavy load. I am expecting to be carrying less and less each step we take, every day and all along the way. So start. Lightening up. That's the mantra. Lightening up. Stuff I no longer need. So all these little things you read, and they have this positive, positivity to it, and it makes you just look at things a little bit differently. So it manipulates your mind away from thinking the way you're thinking, and it enables you to change your thought process. Does that make sense? Are you guys with me? Have I lost you? Yes, no, maybe so. I know it's a lot of information for one day, but you know what? I'm really happy that we're doing this. I think it's important. Let me try to go back on. Let's see. Hold on. I can go on it here and see if I missed any comments. Keep reading. Okay. Oh, falling asleep. That's nice. Okay, where am I? Oh, okay, we got a lot going on here that I missed. I apologize. Okay. I practiced this. Good. Manifesting all over the place. Angels on your pillows. Yes. I have tried very hard to do that. Louise Hayes, a writer from another wonderful woman who got me into this long ago. Cool. Thank you for the real talk. You're very welcome. I am trying to do that. Should you wear... Oh, that's right. I have a question. Hold on a second. Here we go. I got a question from someone today. Okay. I am 48, retired from 9/11. I treat women with a ton of respect. I would never raise my hand to a woman or a child because it goes against everything I was taught by my family values. Besides that, not a real man to raise his hands. That's a coward. Why is it so hard to meet anyone these days who wants only looks like Fabio, muscles like Stallone, and money like Trump? Not all, but some. Why is it people on what are supposed to be legit matching sites always seem to say they are in love with a person and want an instant relationship? They want kids right away, which I don't mind at all. They come up with some excuse to get money from you, like a sick family member, or they have to pay a bill or get something shut off. Then when you request to meet, there is always a problem. How should I approach a woman or tell if it's just a scam when you want to give her your heart to someone special? I'm tired of being alone. Please help with advice, and if you know anybody that would like to go out with a big-hearted man. Wow, there's a lot in there, huh? So the first thing, since we are talking about the law of attraction, is I'm tired of being alone. That there is you're sending out, loneliness, so you're going to bring that in. And, it's also, there's a little bit of desperation in some of this message, right? So if you come from that point, you want to give. And unfortunately, there are givers and there are takers, and the takers always find the givers. So, as far as being online and all of that, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. There are a lot of people that scam. Anybody that ever asks you for anything, you should never give to them. If I have been, years ago, I was on dating sites, and you meet these people and you start having this emotional connection with texting back and forth, but they never want to actually talk on the phone, or they never actually want to meet, and they always give you an excuse. So I would certainly, before I invested anything with anyone online, I would make sure that they have a conversation and that you physically see them. I also would say that unless you have been with someone for a long time, that you should not ever save somebody like that. You know, if somebody needs an ear to listen, that's a different story. But if anybody is trying to get money or anything like that, that's definitely not someone that you want to be with. There's a lot of stuff in this statement, in this question, if you will. You know, and again, I'm going to go back to what I've been speaking about all day today or all night today, is, you know, manifest what you want. So ask, believe, and receive. So you need to ask for a good woman. You need to believe that there is a good woman out there, and you need to picture yourself with a good woman. And that being said, you also have to recognize the red flags. So if a woman asks you for money, if a woman doesn't have time to talk to you or makes an excuse about meeting you, she has no interest in meeting you. Sadly, this is a roller coaster that a lot of us have lived on, you know, and it stinks. And when you have a good heart, people see that right away and they want to take advantage. You also have to fill the hole inside of you before anyone else can come into your space. So a lot of times what happens is that people can sense that someone is lonely. They can feel these type of things, and they will either run from it or they will take advantage. So I always feel that you have to be solid in your own self before you can be with anyone else. And that's called doing the work. And, you know, not everybody does. You know, people have, and I've talked about this on my show a number of times. People have come out of relationships and they're bitter, they're angry, you know, they're guarded, you know, all of these things. And you know what? You're never going to be successful that way. You have to trust yourself. You have to recognize the red flags. And if something doesn't feel right, listen to it. Because if I don't know somebody and they're asking me for money, that's a huge red flag. Huge. I mean, like I said, I have people that message me. And again, I mean, I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a psychologist. I am not a doctor. I just play one on the radio. And people message me and they think I can solve all their problems. And I am humbled that people think that way. But I cannot. So it's a little bit of, I don't want to say, you know, when people have a problem, they are desperate for a solution. So I'm not saying the person is desperate, but you're desperate for a solution. And at that point, sometimes you'll reach out to everyone and anyone to get the help, which I totally respect, because maybe somebody's listening to my show right now and maybe 3 words I said today help them. Maybe the analogy that I shared with you all of the mask coming down on the airplane, you must put that on yourself before helping others. You know, maybe these things will penetrate, and then you can move forward and you can live your life in a different way. And when you live your life in that different way, you can manifest what you want. So it's all about where you are. But, you know, it's not, this is what I said earlier, right? Why do bad things happen to good people? You must always see where the common denominator is. Who are you surrounding yourself with? You know, what are you bringing around you? Are you bringing around you people that are going to take advantage of you? Or are you bringing around you people that are going to add to your life, that you're going to all, you know, add to the bucket? So these are all really important things, and these are things you have to evaluate within yourself and say to yourself, where is my role in this? Well, how am I the common denominator? If you're dating people and every single person you're dating is doing this, there is something that you're putting out into the universe that is bringing this type of thing back to you. So you have to, you know, focus on that and think about these things, because we all have a role in these things. And I'm not telling you I know what that is, but I know that most of the time, kind-hearted people And again, givers will be manipulated by the takers. And then what happens is that these kind-hearted people become resentful and evil because they have to put this wall up because they're not going to get hurt again. So again, remove yourself from people like that. Don't change who you are. Be amazing, be who you are, and stay good, and don't let negative people steal that from you. Bring positive people around you that think likewise, and then you can have that together and you can build strength. That's my take on that. See, somebody thinks I gave good advice. Thank you. You're an amazing woman with excellent advice. God bless you. Well, thank you. I really do appreciate that. I just, I speak from my heart. And, I've been through a lot, and I have tried to educate myself as much as I can on life and situations. So, I want to recap tonight. You are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. I'm doing an interactive show on Facebook Live, and the comments that I am reading are people that are on the feed. I had a question that was asked to me earlier, and I just addressed it this evening. I am always open to ideas. Like I said earlier, people say to me, how do you come up with this? I just come up with these things. Do people message me? I may have a conversation. I get an epiphany. I say, let's do this. I'm always open to anything. So anybody that wants to bring something to the table, private message me, email me, whatever you want to do, I'm always open to it. And if you want to share with people and you can help them, then I'm all for that. I think we should all help each other and all empower one another. So we were talking today about positivity versus negativity. We were talking about the secret, the law of attraction. If you don't know about the law of attraction, or even if you do, I will watch it again. I recommended the Secret, the movie The Secret, to a friend of mine, which I never actually watched. I read I read stuff and I follow it, but I never watched it. And I watched it yesterday, and it actually propelled me to do this show today because I wanted to share this with you all. I'd like you all to take a moment and watch it. It's like 2 hours. It's on Netflix. It's free. I don't know where else it is, but look for it. It's called The Secret. So you should definitely watch that. If you, Abraham Hicks, you can listen to her, The Law of Attraction, Google it. You will learn a tremendous amount. Listen at night, listen whenever you can. Try to program your mind to think differently. Again, the 3 steps, right? Ask, believe, and receive. So, remember these things. Remember to positive manipulation. Change the way you think so that you can change the outcome. Okay? I think that was it, right? That was basically where we were at with all of that. All right. So, you guys really hung out with me, and I appreciate it. I got to go into my text messages now. John Toglia from Who's Your Daddy? He came for my birthday party. It's his birthday. Big shout out to you, John. I love you. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you have a happy and a healthy B-Day. All right, so now, this is awesome. I need to, first of all, before let me digress, because I just want to make sure that okay, so we are, where am I now? I gotta, first of all, what day is today? Today's Tuesday. Thursday night, me, DJ Surge, Gigante. So many people came last week. We had a fabulous time. I know it was a little bit crowded. It's probably not going to be as crowded. So, just take it with a grain of salt. There was a lot of celebrating going on last week. Thank you guys again for coming out for my birthday, my official birthday blowout at Gigante. This Thursday, as in the day after tomorrow. Anybody here in New York, it's going to be beautiful. So we're going to be out on the patio. I'm going to have a little section, in the lounge area in case anybody needs to eat or hang out. So Thursday night, Gigante, me, DJ Surge. Be there, be square. I'm there at 7 o'clock, so you can come after work, have a couple of drinks, eat something, and then we hang and listen to great music. Saturday night, let me not screw this up because there's so many people that are going to be, I have an event on my page. If you go to my events, you will see it, but I'm going to, of course, announce it now. We have we have Miami Mike's official birthday blowout bash, right? And I'm trying to find the flyer because I want to make sure I get everybody's names correct. So Saturday night, Noma Social, in the Radisson Hotel in New Rochelle, New York. We have a live performance by Fascination. She's freaking awesome. I love her songs. I'm very excited to meet her. So now we got music by Glenn Frischer, DJ Surge, Anthony Mangini, Frankie Maggs, Tony Sinapi. And then you have myself, yours truly, Karen Stacy, hosting with the birthday boy, Miami Mike. Now, Miami Mike and I, our birthday is one day apart from each other. Mine is the 18th, his is the 19th. This is his official birthday that I am humbled and honored to be hosting with him by his side. And we are celebrating a few birthdays that night as well. I can't see the full flyer. I know it's myself. I think it's Gina, Kathy, and I think Charlie, if I'm not mistaken. So if it's your birthday, come on down. If it's not your birthday, pretend it is. I'm going to celebrate my birthday again. I did get to celebrate with a lot of my friends, but now I get to celebrate with my whole Miami Mike family. So I am very grateful. Just so you guys know also, I have the lineup here on our shows. We have a lot of new stuff happening. I want to make sure that I get everybody's shows in, so I apologize. So Mondays we have Luke at 1 o'clock. We have DJ the Portuguese Prince Paulie at 6. And then the first Monday of every month we have Mind Candy Mondays with Rob Mush. Tuesdays we have DJ Simply Nice, which is Steve, at 1. And according to Tony, some other shit at night. Real Talk with Karen Stacy live. Wednesdays we have The Loyal Listener, which is with Maymay and Hamilton Czar. Thursdays we have Michael Anthony at 4, and that I believe is the Traffic Jam. And now we got a new show with Frankie Maggs, which is on at 8 p.m. So when you're driving to Gigante or home from Gigante, you can listen to Frankie on the mix. Friday, we have DJ Simply Nice at 8 p.m. And then at 10 p.m., we got this guy. I don't know his name. Nah, we got Friday night sessions with Tony Sinapi. Saturdays, we have the Ghazi Show at 8 p.m. Then, of course, my 19th favorite DJ, the Saturday Night Dance Party, Anthony Mangini at 10. Sundays coming soon is as a new Anthony Grimaldi. So we have a lot of new stuff going on right now, and it's going to be fun. And actually, and I forgot to mention, Saturday night, for anybody that does not live in New York, you can still party with us. We are broadcasting live on MiamiMikeRadio.com, so you guys can hang out, invite your friends over, make a party at home, get some vino, get some tequila, do some shots, and dance in the living room. You know, we won't tell anybody. Actually, you know what? I encourage every one of you that are going to dance in your living room to video it and share it on my wall. I would love to see that. Just make sure there are no dick pics in it, all right? Keep your clothes on and behave. All right, so Thank you guys again for tuning in to Real Talk with Karen Stacy. I love each and every one of you. I thank you for your time today. I hope that I brought some insight to you on the law of attraction, and I hope that you think about these things and implement them in your life. So I love you all, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Actually, I better see you Thursday, and I better see you Saturday. I love you guys.